What do you watch weeknights at 7?
We don't watch much TV.
Yeah, we don't watch much.
Play it safe with PM Magazine.
PM Magazine was a nationally syndicated show with local hosts all over the country.
Each market would do stories, and they'd assemble them all together and put them together in a show, so you could do a locally produced, professional, network-grade show 5 nights a week, right in primetime access.
And we used our own local stories mixed in.
Well, if anybody ever wanted to be trained in broadcasting on how to accomplish a lot, PM Magazine was the perfect place to do it because, we weren't like a typical 13-week series where you do one show a week. We had to produce a show 5 nights a week, and there was one year where we were doing 6. We did a Saturday special for about 6 months.
And at one point, our PM Magazine, of all the PM magazines in the country, was one of the highest rated. I think we were the 2nd or 3rd highest rated PM Magazine in the country.
It was not uncommon for us to put in 60, 70 hours a week just getting the show done because it wasn't a studio show.
I was living out of town on the other part of the state, and my mother heard about the auditions. Didn't realize it was an open casting call, and there were over 100 women there. Chad came to Pennsylvania from Salt Lake City.
I did impersonations on the beginning of my resume reel, and the general manager, a guy named Eldon Hale, walked past when they were looking at my tape, that guy's weird and he's different, keep him. And that's how I got started on it.
A little voice inside me said, just go see what it's all about.
I loved the camaraderie of the station. I mean, we could just do anything, and it felt really fun to be part of that organization.
You're watching PM Magazine on WNEP TV 16.
PM Magazine was the best job I ever had, and I didn't know it at the time. It was the best job. Had the opportunity to travel. We had some magnificent trips. We went to Florida to cover the Goofy Games, all these big stars, and I couldn't believe that Reggie White was on our team.
When we went down to compete, I stayed back in Pennsylvania and did a show with Phyllis Diller.
We also traveled, we went on cruises. I think it was in Puerto Rico. We went to a rainforest. In the rainforest, they had many birds. They're very used to birds there.
5, 4, 3. Welcome back to PM Magazine. We are in the jungle of Eden, and this is Eva, and this is an appropriate bird to meet here.
And I had a blouse that had a button on the sleeve, and the bird went to bite the button or maybe investigate closer the button, and when it did, it nipped me, and the bird was now on my arm, and I flipped the bird upside down, and it was hanging, and I was screaming. It's just crazy, some of the experiences we had.
Here we go. All right. You know, we had all kinds of bloopers.
We'll be back tomorrow night, and we have a great show in store for you, so join us then.
Well, watch this, James.
The cloth chair gave way, collapsed around him.
Boom. So it was pretty funny.
And I lost it. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard before then or since then. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
You know, we had all kinds of bloopers. I tripped on a cord. We used to, when our wireless mics weren't working, we used to do what I'm doing today. And we used to hook up a hard wire, run it down my pant leg, and we were at a Christmas tree farm.
4, 3. Welcome back to PM Magazine. As we've been telling you tonight, we are with the Tunkhannock Area School.
And I just went straight down on my face, right in the middle of a take.
We're having a tough time here today. Now neither leg works. Let's go.
Chad and I were co-hosts, but the PM Magazine van had a life of its own. That van was everywhere. We would drive into a town, people would see it, and kids would wave. It really took on a life of its own. Honestly, it was the best job I ever had that I never knew.
look at the size of that fish. Son of a gun.
Yay! You know, when it comes to sports, it's kind of hard to change the shape of things, even if it would make an improvement in the game. There goes my fish! Chad! Chad, you didn't lose him! Go in after him!
We covered it all, from Amish buggies to majestic waterfalls to old steel bridges that sing when you drive across them. It was just great.
One last order of business, guys.
Okay.
Farewell toast.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I guess
Thank
we
you.
should put this right in the middle. Jane, why don't you do the honors?